All right, good afternoon. The chairman, Human Rights Defenders and Access to Justice, Advocate Center, our legal department, co-comrades and viewers. We are okay with solution live from our Shasha branch, number 11 Shasha Road, Ajako Bus Stop. Have a case of family misunderstanding, uh, children access denial, and welfare reported by Mr. Olusegun ADEBIYI against the wife, Mojisola Judge. This case was reported at Ikeja branch. The complainant was interviewed a few days ago while call was put across to the defendant, but she couldn't make it to the office that fateful day. Date was fixed today for the mediation, and the both parties are live in our office. They give their audio consent. Please join us as we interview them for a peaceful resolution. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on Access to Justice TV and follow us on our Facebook page. Our Human Rights Defenders and Access to Justice Advocate Center. For other useful information, you can visit our website on www.hldac.org.ng. Thank you once again. Good afternoon and happy weekend. Okay, you can make use of the mic. Camera is not.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is ADEBIYI. I got married in 2018, July 21st to be precise. And 2 months to before I even got married, my wife told me that, see you, then she was pregnant, that her mother is a controlling type, and that I have to be strong, I have to put my foot down. If not, my mother will come and control me. I don't even take it jokingly, like, that no one can control me. That was
Okay.
like, my own mother.
Okay, and on that note, this is a family issue.
Yeah.
And if you want to refer to your parents, you ensure you are diplomatic.
Yes, I
Yeah,
know.
so that it won't be counted as an insult.
I know. I
Even the
know.
marriage is not going to work, the fact remains
I
that
know.
you guys are still connected.
Yes, I know.
Right.
I know. So she said that even the way her mother, treats her sister's husband, right? Even the way her mother treats her first sister's husband, very used to, fidget and everything. I don't laugh about it. I thought I didn't really take it serious. We got married. Then 2 months after my wife gave birth to my first son. Okay, 2 months after my wife put to bed. One particular day I was going out, I had a wedding, a colleague of mine was getting married, and I was going for location. That day, her friend was around. Her friend was around. My close friend, the friend that we slept together in Kaduna was around. Then she was like, one of her friends was coming to check my son. And I was like, okay, your son, our son, who is his friend? She was like, I don't know the person. I said, is he a he or a she? She didn't answer me. So before then, she had spoken to me about one of her ex-boyfriend, the guy that, is betting and everything. That the guy, the reason why I broke up was that this same friend that was with her in my house, the guy was trying to toast her, knowing the fact that he was dating her and everything. She just said some things that didn't work out. So that day, as I was going to work, for the wedding, that same boyfriend came to my house. They went to, in fact, they both brought the guy to my house. I was upset. I didn't say, I didn't want to react. I just kept my cool. I went to my wedding and I came back. Then I asked my wife, I said, Moji, please, I'd like to understand what your ex-boyfriend is doing in my house. What are you doing to my house? He said, she was just like, there's nothing there. She's in the bathroom. Nothing there. I kept on probing. I kept on asking you, who's coming to my house? Why didn't you tell me? She said, if I had told you, would you have allowed it? I said, what are you saying? What are you saying? Does it really make sense to you? You are bringing your ex-boyfriend to my house, telling me you would not have allowed. Why would I allow it? Next, she raised her voice and started saying, there's no big deal there. She started shouting, and I slapped her. When I slapped her, I stormed out of the room and I told her mom. Her mom told me she would handle it. Her mom called and spoke to her and her friend, told her what she told her and her friend. It's not done, it's stupid, there's an abomination and everything. She came to me and said, my son, please don't be angry. Don't let this matter get escalated more than this. Okay, don't let this matter get escalated more than this. And everything that please, I should just don't involve my family members in this discussion. And I said, okay, there's no problem. And the reason why I said there's no problem because I didn't want my family members to look at my wife. I didn't want my family members to look at my wife in a very bad light, to bring anything of disrespect. I just allow the matter to just go down. Then after that, why was we talking about getting a maid? She wants a maid, she wants a maid, she wants a maid that she wants to ask her mom to go and bring a teenager from the village to take care of my son. My son was barely 6 years old, 6 months old. And I said, see, I will not allow a teenager come into my house. Because if anything happens in life, I always look at contingencies. Probability that something bad may happen. That is life for you. Who are we going to hold accountable? We cannot hold a teenager accountable. In fact, the law can even charge us for bringing a teenage person to take care of the minor, take care of another minor. She said, okay. I was at work when my mother called me that I'm the wife spoken to me.
Hold on.
Okay.
Off the mic first. Speak without the mic, let's see. No, drop
Okay.
the mic.
Okay.
Speak without the mic, let's see.
Wait, can you hear me?
You can talk if they can hear them. I believe they will not complain.
Okay, okay. I was shocked when my mother-in-law called me and said that her wife spoken to me.
Last back.
Okay, her wife spoken to me, and I was in a meeting at the office that I should send 25,000 naira to our account to go to the village to and bring a minor to my house. I said, Mommy, you know what? I'm in a meeting. Let's talk about it later. I didn't call her wife back that day. I go home and engage my wife, and I said, Moji, come on. I thought how it's supposed to this minor. How come your mom is calling me to send her 25,000 naira to go to the village? She said that she does not know. One particular day, I came back from work. I'm not thinking I noticed that my in-laws come to my house. My wife does not tell me. I just come home and meet in-laws in my house.
What kind of sailors?
Her sister-in-law, brother-in-law, at times friends. Come, I'm not aware. She just tell me, okay, this person is coming. He's coming to sleep over in my house. Even at times, my mother comes. She has brought two friends, or two of her friends to my house. My wife didn't tell me. She didn't even tell me. She told me she does not know. So, my wife denied that she had put her mouth. This is not why my mother is calling me. I came back from work one day. I met my mother-in-law in the house. I didn't even know she's coming that day. She just said that Mom wants to discuss with me. So her mother was telling me that her daughter is suffering. And before I got married, I have people that come to my house every weekend to clean my house for me because I'm asthmatic. I don't do dust and everything. I like to just so I have mothers that come to my house to clean my house for me. So she was like, her daughter is stressed up that she was coming and she saw her daughter carrying my son, then my first son on her back, walking to go and buy petrol. My house, this is my house, and this is the police station. Less than 3 minutes walk from my house to the police station. So she said that because she saw her daughter carry our own son on her back to go and buy fuel at the station less than 3 minutes to the house, her daughter is suffering. This and that. Now even further said, in fact, she won't like to know what I even do in this house. I should tell her what I do in this house, what are my responsibilities in this house. And I got upset. I fled up. I was very, very rude to her that day. And I was telling my wife, I said, Mojisola, you know that because of this. I was pointing like her mother was saying, don't point at my daughter, move my hand, don't point at my daughter and everything. That she doesn't like people shouting at her daughter. That's how she almost slapped her in-law in Canada. That's her elder sister's.
Dress
That,
back
okay,
a little.
that's her elder sister's.
Dress back a little.
That's her
I
elder,
don't want to be recorded.
Yeah, I know. Just dress back a little.
her elder sister's husband in Canada. That's how she almost slapped him. That's how she almost slapped him. I didn't just say anything. I called my brother in UK. I spoke to my brother in Canada. I spoke to my younger brother here. Because I said, she won't see him. Just take it easy, okay? Just go and apologize. For peace to reign, this mind is still for all this while. Just go and apologize to the family. No problem. I went to her house at Ajangwali. I saw her dad. I saw her mom. I was talking and I apologized that she should not be handling everything. That she was saying that she was saying that her daughter is stressed up. That how can she? I said, see, she doesn't even do anything in the house. Even when she complained, I said, you know what? Just leave everything in the house. I'll be doing. Just leave the chores in the house. Just be cooking. I'll get someone to clean my house for me. She now further said that, do I know that she has the power to ask her daughter to pack her load and leave my house?
That is the mom.
Yes, my mother-in-law. That's her father-in-law. My father-in-law said, no, you don't have the right to do that. That what God has joined together, let no man put asunder. That's what her father said. After that, on one particular day again, I was at work. My wife told me she wanted to go for an event. I asked her, what time is this event? She said, it's the Lord dinner party. I said, no problem, what time leave for the party? She said she'll leave in at night. I said, well, you know, I told her, but you know, I come back late from work. I come back late from work. He said that she will come, she shall come go leave early and come back early. I came back from work around to 9. I go home, she has already dressed up. I already dressed my son in his clothes that she's going for a night party around past. I said, no, this thing is late. You cannot go for a night party around past 9. When do you want to come back? He said that
Night party.
night party. No food in the house. I came, I didn't make food in the house. There was no food in the house. No food in the house. I said, perhaps, only for me to eat. She said I should fix something to eat myself. She's lucky because then she's working in one place like very close, less than 15 minutes drive to my house. So she comes home earlier by past 4 up to 5 is at home. I said, but you're not going out, they're not going anywhere. It's too late. She said, okay, no problem. If the problem is my son, I should hold my son. Why should go for the party? I said, listen, you cannot leave this house for any party. You cannot. It's too late. You can't. I want to go to the door. She started dragging the door with me. At some point in time, she hit my hand. As she hit my hand, she was able to go, I hit her hand. Then she beat me on my she beat me on my chest. Then I beat her. After that, she now called her family members and now called me to their house. We had a meeting. So I now discussed. The woman I got married to since 2018 is still bearing her father's name. She does not cook. She does not do anything. Even when her mother comes into the house to come and spend weekend with us. Around my mother will say, she will not go chop for this at Moji. And then one of the hard, they put things together. Even at times at night, she will say, but what are we eating? She will say, we are eating soup. I'm eating soup and around past 4, you have not even cooked soup in this house. That's a major complaint. So I was working in marketing unit. I was working in marketing unit in my bank. I just thought that since my wife is a lawyer, I can then be passing jobs, customers that want to register their business to her, just for her to earn extra income. And funny enough, it was only one of my clients I told that the person that giving the whole job is actually my wife. These same people that I will give job to for my wife to handle. My wife will make the transaction up. They'll be calling me, what kind of dark lawyer, what kind of stupid lawyer is that lawyer? I'll be calling this lawyer, she's not picking up my call, she's not responding to my chat. If she knows she cannot do the job, let her return my money back. On several occasions, it got to one point, I didn't know what else to do. I said, you know what? I'm going to stop giving her, I don't stop giving her jobs to do because of the harassment. In fact, one of the junior colleagues in the office told me that even though because I look at another brother, I can handle your wife. My boss in the office, my upline, gave me a job to do. Because we tried to onboard one steel company. The guy had a side business on the register. He said, we're looking for a lawyer. I said, you know what? Let my wife do it. He said, sure, are you sure? I said, I'm sure. Are you sure? I'm sure. My wife messed this relationship up. Because she told the guy she was able to register the company. She messed everything up. There are issues. We see you're not communicating with the customers. Customers are calling you. You're not doing anything about it. I stopped giving her.
Come and sit here.
I stopped giving her jobs to do. Jobs to do. She claims that I'm not being supportive. And what she then further claims that I'm a deadbeat dad. She claims I'm a deadbeat father. She goes home and tells her that I don't do anything, I don't give her money. But luckily for me, I have 2 documents here all the time. My current account from 2018 January to date, even though I got married to her in July. On my current account, total outflow directly to account was 2.99 million naira. On my current account, 99. Yes, 2.99 million naira.
Let me have it.
I'll show it to you. This is my current account. The summation at the back page, 2.99 million naira. Even though I got inflows from her,
You did not match all this, is it to her?
No, listen to her. This is my own proof. This is my own proof. I printed it out. I work with my bank account.
How? I don't understand. You are transferring into her account?
Yes, a loan. This is to her a loan. This person you are seeing here is to her a loan.
This statement.
Yes, it's to her a loan. Yes.
From the beginning to the end.
Yes, to her.
No other transaction
at all.
Why?
On my savings account, to her a loan from 2018 to date is about 526,000 naira to her alone. She goes on, even though that account, if you can see, the credits from her, and most of the time it's usually money that I borrowed to her. So they borrowed money, I return back to me. Yes, I can beat my chest.
You borrowed her.
She will tell me, okay, Sean, can you transfer 20,000 to me? I'll give you your money. So I'll send to her. She give. If you check the net of that transaction, the net is about 1.1 million naira. And it's aside cash in hand I give to her. Cash in hand I give to her, and I do other things at home. She claims that I'm not supported, I don't take care of her. Please, that's what she's here. On her birthdays, from 2018 to last year, because this year she packed her things on May internet my house. There's no that I don't buy cake for her. I buy food for her office people. My wife has never bought me one cake. on my birthday. On Val's Day, the first Valentine we did, I bought her this. She said she needed a bag for when she's going to court. Then she was practicing. I should buy a bag. I bought her that bag. The second Val's Day, you are doing all this good business. I bought you a juice extractor. I bought that bag about I bought a juice extractor. The third Valentine Day,
Juice extractor.
yeah, juice extractor. She wanted to be doing all this yogurt stuff and everything. I bought her juice extractor.
For house or
For her,
sale?
no, for one personal use. She used to sell yogurt and sweet and everything. You know, I don't know the surprise as I bought that for her at Valentine gift. On the third Valentine, that was last year or so. I noticed that she's a sport person, she likes to keep it and everything. I bought her a earpod and a smartwatch.
Please, can I add? Show.
No.
I'm sorry,
No,
but
when you get
talk,
to your
you
response,
talk.
keep writing your
talk.
points.
I wasn't even like
See, you talk. That aside, you claim that I'm not supportive. This is the same husband that was giving you jobs. He was customer. You mess all the relationship and not giving you jobs. In fact, one of our GCI members referred the customer to her to do a job for her. Say document or whatever. This same man came to my house on 5 different occasions in Scotland. My wife in my car as early as to 7 in the morning. On two of the occasions, our sister was there. Sister was like, I thought this matter has been resolved. The man came from my wife's names, like, why can't I do the job? Return the job. She returned the money back. How can I be calling my wife? Can't reach her. Then she called her. She be saying that she's busy. Who's business? If you're busy, why did you collect the job?
Is she practicing?
She's not practicing for now. She's working in the current job she's working in right now. I got her the job. I gave her the
She's
link for the job.
working as a lawyer or
She's working as a lawyer in an investment company. At the code.
and you got that the job?
Yes, I got her the job. So I'm going somewhere now. I'm going somewhere. Then along the line, when my son was still growing up, we needed some form of help. We started working and everything. So then I asked the little girl in their house, I think this was about 16 years old, to come to my house, just help around and everything. When this girl came, we needed to see the dress this girl wore and the sandals the girl wore and everything. I told my wife, see, this clothes this girl is not good. She was wearing one transparent gown. In fact, I still feel that she wears her bra, everything will be revealing. This is not nice. And you know, the kind of area where we sit in a very busy area and there are boys around. I told her, see, why doesn't this girl have anything better to wear? She said that I should not mind the girl, that the girl has a bag of clothes and everything. Okay, how come she's not wearing them? She said that's how she is. This thing kept on happening. In fact, a stranger on the street said, come, is this girl coming out from this? I said, yes. How come, why did you come out like that? I just had it. And I called this girl, come, please, come. Please, don't you have anything better to wear? She said, no. I said, stop lying to me. My wife said you have a big box of clothes. How come you keep wearing these dirty clothes and everything? He said that she does not have big box of clothes, and the clothes that my wife claims that she has are clothes that she has worn before, and her younger sister have worn before, and they pass it on to her. I said, okay, if that's the case, I'm going to get you a gown and a sandal. The following morning, I went to warehouse. The warehouse where we buy pretty used things. I bought her slippers, sandals, and a gown. She was happy, said, brother, thank you, and everything. Since she was working with us, she was staying with us. Since she was staying with us, I said, you know what, okay, God forbid anything happens, you are still our son. I'm going to get a small phone. If there's any problem, if there's any problem, just call us. Just call me if there's any problem and everything. I gave her the phone. I realized that when she went home, she didn't come back with the phone. There's no problem. I didn't even send her around that.
You bought her a phone.
I bought her a phone for the house because one of us supposed to work. In case there's any emergency, just call us. So when she went home back to her mother's place, she didn't come back with the phone. He said, Mommy collected the phone from her. I didn't even bother myself about that. I forgot about
with the SIM card.
With the SIM card, yes.
That is the mother-in-law collected
the phone I bought, yes.
From the house.
Yes, the phone I bought for home use. Collected the phone from the house. I didn't even bother with anything. I just came. Then she now came, she was now working. Then she time for her to go back to school. I bought her, and now after I came back to school. I didn't think I was working here. I said, okay, I'll try. Take 20 and go and buy yourself cook and everything. She was now going back to school. She now said, okay, I told her, what can I buy for you? Back to school. What do you need for school? She said she wanted a school bag. I went to that same warehouse to buy her a fairly used school bag. She bought it, she took the school bag to school. I noticed that after the whole break and then she came back to come and help me to the house. She came back on that school bag. I said, Princess, where is the school bag I bought for you? The school bag she got back on the zippers, one at an end. She said her Moji's younger sister, took the school back to school. So wow. Okay, so Moji's younger sister took the school back and gave me this back.
As your wife,
Younger sister took the school back. Yes, took the school back and bought for her to school. I didn't even say. I didn't even bring it up to even her. I just forget. Now, it was not time for. We actually needed someone to stay because my son was going on break. We didn't have anybody around. And luckily for me, I actually stayed in my dad's house. Although I know how I give him money, I give him money sometimes. Okay, I need money. Send me this. That's what I do. So now, I told my wife that, you know what, this area, I'm very familiar with this area. Eh? I can get somebody to stay with my son. My mom is late now, and so very good. So very, very good for my area. I said, you know what, I'll get someone to stay with my son. I didn't know that my wife and my mother-in-law have agreed that they will take my son home. And I didn't want my son to go home because, number one, my son was going to his, had all this normal summer class, and I didn't want to miss all that. I said, Moji, there are people that don't have parents. There are people that don't have parents and they survive. You're not saying that you can't drop my son in your mother's place of dream. I said, no, I'm going to get someone. Give me time to look for somebody. That particular day, I was talking to her. She called me on the road. I even called her. I said, Mommy, I said, everything fine. I said, I'm even on my way to your place. So I said, oh, remember, I know while I'm in traffic, I will meet her home. I go around to 8. And when I go home, the first thing that happened was that my wife was saying that there was no gas in the house. That there was no gas in the house and everything. No gas, okay, fine. I was like, oh, where will I get gas now? There's the man that sells gas directly outside my house, in front of the house, they are packed up. There's a depot and a market, which is like 3 minutes walk from my house. They are close. I said, you know what? Okay, princess, let us go and look for gas. I put the gas in my cylinder in my car. I told the people to follow me. We're driving on the road. I said, you know what? Look at this side of the road. Let me look at this side of the road. Let's see how I can get gas. We shall have gas. I drove back home. Next thing, my mother was just saying, speaking native language to the girl, since she was from the same hometown. And I called her. She said, why is mom shouting at you? Did you offend her? I said, mom said that she threw me out. This is the girl that I've been staying in my household. That during COVID, when my wife goes to work, both of us are in the same house. Me and my wife sleep in separate rooms. The maid has her own room. So and I called my mother, mommy, you're shouting at what this girl is saying, she's a little girl, that it was wrong for me to take the girl. I said, a girl that's sitting around and feeling wrong. How is it wrong? After all, when my nephew was around, Faith, my wife, they go out together at night. They go to the market, they go out together at night. If they don't go out together, they go to gym, they do everything together. So what's the big deal? They didn't know one is wrong. That she's not lying and everything. Along the line, my mother.
Try to summarize.
Okay, I'm trying to summarize that. So along the line, I don't know where the trust even came from. My mother was allegedly thinking that I was molesting the girl because she feels that I buy the girl things and everything. And this story came up when I was trying to make my marriage work. I went to my wife's pastor to try and seek peace. You understand? And she mentioned that the lady said I molested her. I was so upset. That allegation don't give me sleepless nights. She said that when this new maid was coming, Rejoice, which I did not approve of, a 14-year-old girl came to my house. I told my wife, no. My wife brought her parents. Her parents came to my house, my mother-in-law and father-in-law, to come and say to come and tell me reasons why she accepted a 14-year-old girl as a mate. That if I should collect someone older, the person control my home, this and that. After when the other sister got married, got princess, she was about 13, 14. And I said, that is this is against my ideology. This is child labor to me. It's child labor to me. You cannot bring a 14-year-old girl.
You went out to buy gas. How old was she?
16 years old then.
16 and 14, but they are still both of them are minor.
They're minor, yes, they're minor. So I was telling them no, that I should, and after the fact, for peace to win, I'm going to accept it because I respected him.
Okay, what really led to this?
Okay, going out? Because going out was housemaid.
No, what led to her packing out of the house?
Housemaid.
Because he hits me when I was
that is a lie. You know why
that's a lie? I
want
to hear exactly that.
She said I hit her. Let me explain to you. I still have a chat. What she said I didn't shoot her fairly. I insulted her. She never mentioned anything about me eating like that chat. We are in a police station. She never mentioned anything like hitting at the police station. We can call an officer. This is what happened. Our friend came to my house February this year. Without telling me, that she called me that she wanted a friend to come and stay with. I said no. I don't know what I had my personal reasons why I said no. One that came out from work, I met load in my house. That's how she now tried to use emotional blackmail for me. The friend now stayed to me. This is a friend that was staying in my house. The house will be dirty and smelling. I did a video of her room and I sent it to the woman close to my mom. And I called her of the room she was staying in, dirty and messy room. I told my wife, I have the video, yes, I have the video, no, it's on my phone. Dirty and messy. I called my wife, I told my wife,
bring this one, let me see.
Okay, let me see.
Don't worry, yeah, bring it.
Okay.
Why?
So I called my wife, I said, see, my wife, see your friend's room. See how dirty it is. You know what she told me? What's my business in the room? I should remove her from the room. I should never ever again disturb her from even little matters. I said, you know what? Your friend is going. She now started to talk to her friend. Her friend now came to tell me, okay, fine. The lady that left with me, with one naira for rent she didn't have. She was saying that one person is paying her 50,000 naira a year, one person is paying her 50,000 naira a year and everything. And I told my wife, but you know what? I can't be coming from home. I'm meeting this house very dirty. Even the one she calls to come and clean our house every weekend. At times the man comes, at times the man does not come. My house is always dirty every week. I said, there's no problem. Let them look for you. Please look for you. I'm begging you. She said you contact an agent. Why is someone that you have to keep on following up behalf, like following up behalf to get things done? So she now also said that me, I should look for a maid. I go to somebody. He said she don't like the person. Her spirit does not go with the person. And I told my brother, so you know what? Get me a maid. Because I need a maid to let me in my house. She now got me a maid. She would have been the maid. She now said she had agreed. Next thing I knew, my wife called Capital to put a lock on her door. Next thing she went to church. She went to church to go and buy holy water or maybe holy soap or something. That the girl is on a mission in the house. The girl cannot stay and everything. So I said, you know what? The house that I got one the girl that is over is not a minor, and the girl cannot stay.
Who brought the child? The girl.
It's a reference. My sister-in-law recommended it. She's calling to like one help in their house, which I'm working. So she said, you know what? I'm going to get to someone that I know I'm comfortable with. So she brought the girl to me in our house.
How old is it?
Like maybe like 20 something.
26 years old.
Wait, 26 years old.
Don't say 27 because you knew the age very well.
There are things that don't take from anybody. I've told you don't interrupt him. I thought you were jotting down your response.
So
how old is the girl?
26 years old. I know she was 26 years old. So when I brought the girl, my wife shot.
Is it with her consent?
Yes, she was her wife. She asked me to go and look for a maid. She said I should also look for a maid too.
When you got before the lady come to the house, okay. When your sister found the girl,
okay.
Did you tell her so person is coming?
I told her yes. I told her I didn't know her age. I told my son that I wanted somebody, an adult, a mature person, someone that can hold accountable in case of anything, someone that can pick up and produce in case of anything. They said okay, no problem. That's what she said.
Okay, no and when she came, how long did the girl stay before she left?
Like 2 days. Let me explain to you what happened. The first day they came, when the girl came, she now started saying that she doesn't want the girl to stay. The girl should come out. I said the girl came all the way from my baby with her. And she wanted the girl to come and go. I said, she don't have where to stay. She now said no, she doesn't want. I said, you know what? And I tricked her. I said, you know what? Let your friend go first, then she will go. So if a friend that does not have anywhere to stay suddenly goes somewhere to stay, now left my house. She now came back to me and said that okay, our friend has got that the maid should go. I said, no, the maid will not go. We need to meet in this house. This house is dead. We need someone to clean this house for us and everything. That night, she was on the phone. She called her. I heard her talking to some people about the phone and everything. And she's going to leave. She's tired of this rubbish. Blah 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 blah. She even further called her younger brother to bring boys to my house. And that one even had the guts to even call me to say that why is my sister calling him? That do I know she's pregnant? That if his sister to call him again, he's going to send boys to my house. I said boys to my house. Oh, and I told him like don't send those boys to my house. That night, I went to the police station to go and lay the case file is still there, lay a complaint of threat to life. So the following morning, they were calling me to an office. She already told her parents, her elder brother, her mother, her father, and her father brother came. We all met at the station. The police mother called her brother. Okay, fine. Did you say this? Said yes, he said everything. Okay, come to the police station. I'll come and write. We're waiting for you. So and I met everybody there. That's what happened. I explained everything what happened. I told her why will you bring your ex? First, I told her the issue of everything. Why will you bring your ex-boyfriend to the house? This is a mother-in-law that told my wife in front of her husband and me that all men are cheats. That everybody shall cheated in her life cheated on her. That even her own father cheated and had a child after wedding.
Your mother-in-law.
Yes.
But everybody should. Every man she dated in her life
cheated on her. That even our own father, right? Our own father cheated on her, had a child out of wedlock. Told me that. And I said, Mommy, how can our father said no, you cannot say that. You can't. Our father said no, you cannot say that. You cannot say all men are cheats. You don't have any right. I said, yes, Mama, you say it, yes. All men are cheats, yes. But she's still in her marriage. Her marriage did not end. The marriage that had a child, it did not end. Yeah, I'll go somewhere else. She now started saying that. And I said, Mommy, why would you say that comes to my wife? Can you tell your son this can you tell your son to have it? Say no, that is the duty of a mother to tell her daughter the truth. That when her son gets married, if the own mother of the son does not tell her, well, that's her own problem. She mentioned that. Even in the police station, when we got to the police station, and I narrated my story, narrated my story and everything, tried to laugh and everything. They even tried to even make peace with us. They said, Mommy, do you know what? Okay, do not she when painted so many stories, I'm not supportive, I'm not sending her money, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. But thank God the statements are here. Man, this is the second statement for this savings account. Thank God the statements are here. She said that I'm not being supportive and everything. And I told her that I'm going to bring my statement. I thought I was telling her, would you say the truth? I said, I'm going to bring my statement and I will show you. I think I this is the statement here. That's why the police people are not advising me that okay, I should be more supportive in the house. Blah, blah. I think there's no problem. She asked, okay, Mommy, please try and support the case. Before then, she was trying to say that yes, that all men are cheats. Okay, she was, I'm almost done. She was trying to say that all men are cheats, yes and that. But I was saying yes, 90% of men are cheats. But this man asked, okay, you know lie, that he has a girlfriend. Ask Moji's father's brother. That's our father brother. Do you have a girlfriend? He said yes. Ask our own father. Do you have a girlfriend? The mother answered for him. When I said yes, I know his girlfriend. He was laughing. Ask my younger brother was there. They asked my younger brother, do you have a girlfriend? He said no. They asked me, do I have a girlfriend? I said I don't have a girlfriend. I said, well, that's a choice, but you know men, but it's not all men. That's how they summarize everything. So now you know what? Okay, fine. This is the problem. There's interference in this guy's marriage. There's interference. You never for one day mention that I'll violating you. Man, look at something now. A man that you claim that is violent to you all the time, you came to impose a 14 years old girl in his house. He was not violent. You brought your friend to come and stay in my house for close to 6 months. Not violent. You are sending. Look at this chat. You are sending flirtatious chats to a violent man. Just read this way. You are sending flirtatious chats to a violent man. That is October 21st. My wife used to deny me sex, but whenever she wants to have sex, I always respond. I was at work when she sent me this. Don't go through this. This is violent. I think the man is violent. Painting me evil, painting me as a violent man.
Am I permitted to read it?
You are permitted to read this. Read it.
He said, do you want to try some new sex position?
Yeah.
I'm in a curious mood. That is for your wife.
Exactly, yes.
We will talk when we say. That is your response. Yeah. Talk or try some new position. That is her. And as a new position, if I eat good food, that is your response. Have you not eaten good food before? That is from her. Then you now say the weather was cold. That is why I decided we should drink tea. From her.
You go, I drank tea, I didn't eat that morning.
Okay. Right. Don't work too hard and don't come home late because you will need your energy from me. That is from her.
That's from her, yes.
The weather was cold. That is why I decided we should drink tea. Then, okay, I need your long.
Mm-hmm. Can I just read? Imagine, this is from a man that I claim is violent, evil, does not support. And I told her, say, everything you're saying, I have documents. I even have more. And even this matter gets to court, I have more and more evidence. More and more evidence. You painted me, you go home, paint me. I either want to be calling me and telling me that tell me the truth, who they pay my son's school fees at home. Yes. Man. Now the bottom line right now is that after that day she left my house with my son. And I paid my son's school fees in April. Ending of April, not March.
When was this message?
October 21st last year.
Last year?
Yes, October 21st last year.
Okay, viewers, there are some. The message is deeper than my mouth, so I will not be able to pronounce on certain things. So let's keep that as
Right.
though there is no child in our page. We're all adults, but let's keep that aspect.
So the problem right now I had is that I paid my son's school fees ending of April, right? That's for the term. Now, her parents came to my house. Even when the police station made peace and everything, I apologized to her mom at the police station and everything. My mom came home to supervise her parking. I told my wife into my room, I said, "But did you know what? Your children involved in this with my mind. Let us try and sit down, let us try and do a plan." I said, "No, my mother opened my room door. Mother, what are you sitting down there? Get up, I have things to do, let's go in. If I sort things, you don't be able to sort things, the fact I looked and left my house." They now said that to go and call my father to come. A man that did not tell that he did not come to tell that I'm packing my come to my father's season. And my dad has health issues. He's diabetic and he has high BP. I don't want to be involving him in my matter right now. He's 75 years old. I don't want to involve him in this. I'm handling my matter myself. Now, you believe that since May 8th up to this point, I know she recently just put my son in school because human rights are violated. Yes. I'm going somewhere.
Can you summarize?
Yes, I'm
Can you
no,
summarize?
this is the last part of it. This is the last part. This is the
Can
last
you
part.
summarize?
Yes, this is the last part. This is the last
So
part.
that I will not adjourn this
No,
case.
this is the last part. Ma, for me, I kept on telling my wife, my son is not in school. Don't worry, the smart boy is pick up. He's a smart boy pick up. Luckily, September 3rd, September 3rd, they chatted, don't worry, they chatted. September 3rd, she said that she wants to enroll my son in a school because she was staying in a mother's area called St. Thomas Aquinas. At first, I was saying no, but you know, she just agree. You understand? I did my research about the school. I called her mother. My mother was saying, I told my mother said the school is good. I told my own mother said the school is good. She sent me documents. This is the school documents saying that school will start 12th of September. 12th of September. Behind is the breakdown of the school expenditures. I said, you know what? This is not clear. Send me a clearer copy so I can make payment directly to the school. I told her this on 11th, September 11th. She didn't respond.
The cost of this school was
About 130,000 naira. I sent her this on the 11th of September.
Did you watch his first interview?
No, I did not.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking.
No,
But
I know,
even
I
at
know.
that, you need to summarize.
Okay, I'm smiling. I'm done already. I'm done already.
This weekend,
I know, ma'am. I'm done already. September 12th, I reminded her. She didn't respond to me. Next thing I saw was that my wife just sent me a link of a school in Lekki on September 12th, and that she was working in a place that she was not want my son to school where her mother is, that she will not be alive, and her mother taking care of her son. You are sending me a school fees of over 350,000 naira for one child. And I said, no, this is let's be real here. Me, I know how much you earn, except if you are lying to me. This is not sustainable. I know schools in Lekki, every time most of them pay their school fees. It's not sustainable. I don't want to be sharing my son's school fees with you. Put him in a school I can afford. I can still afford to pay 150 for my son, my first son per term, and 100K for my second son per term. He said no, that we should split the bill, that I should send the money out I should have paid for this school to our class. I didn't even answer her because I didn't force you. You're in my house. Your parents came to pack you away from my house. You moved to Lekki. Now you now want to now embody me to be paying 350,000 naira for one child in Lekki. It's not sustainable to me. It's not sustainable to me. Second term started, this boy did not go to school. I will going to work. I will say other children going to school. This boy is not going to school. Okay, no Allah. You have moved now. Let me see my children. Let me even know where my children are staying. Let me see their welfare. He said, I don't have the right to know where my children are staying. That if I want to see my children, I should call her. She will bring them to a big location. I said, I don't have the right to know. And when she left my house up to this point, I've sent her over 265,000 naira as child support.
265.
Yes, for me, that's an average of about 55,000 every month.
It's okay, let her respond.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Respond. Now, this is the chat. This is the chat for this is the chat for the school that we had, the school fees chat, and this is the school document.
The previous one.
Yes, it's previous Thomas Aquinas. Yes.
Go ahead.
I have, in response to everything you said, I don't think I can go over issues we had in the marriage because if I do, we are not going to leave this place. I just want to ask you.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you.
Okay.
I heard that. You actually called your ex-boyfriend to visit you in your matrimonial home?
I did.
Why?
And I'm going to explain that.
Yeah. Please, can you speak up since the camera is not on you?
I'm going to explain that. I just had a baby. Coincidentally, he was in Lagos. I'm in talking, he knows I'm in talking terms.
I never knew you were
Sean, you
talking.
never
No,
knew.
don't
When this guy
interrupt.
saved
Don't
your
interrupt.
life.
Which life?
Because he's a doctor.
Which life? See which life? Don't go
Okay,
there.
you can excuse me so I can listen to
No,
this. No, you excuse me.
I won't say that.
He was in the hospital. This guy in question is a doctor. He was on trip and everything. I
Was what?
snapped. He was at the hospital. He was admitted sometime in the hospital. This guy in question is a doctor. I snapped the medication, everything, and sent to him that okay, this is what is happening. My boyfriend is at the hospital. This is
Your
this.
boyfriend or your husband?
Then we're not
You're not
married.
married.
Okay.
I just want to make reference to something because he said he never knew I was in talking terms with this particular. The guy's name is Emeka. He said he never knew I was in. I said okay, these are the drugs and the trip he was at, that were administered.
Speak up because the camera is not, and there is no way they will
Okay.
listen
I
to your
said these
audio
are
when
the
you are speaking low.
drugs and the trip that was administered in him.
Yeah.
And he's currently at the hospital. I took a picture of him and sent it. He now said, no, please tell them to discontinue those drugs, especially that trip. Let them discontinue it. That their own Nigerian Medical Association has said hospitals should not administer those trips anymore. And I should check if he's not already reacting. I should call the doctor's attention immediately. And I did. His eyes were already swelling then. If he said he doesn't know I was in talking terms with this particular person, how did
That
that
was
happen?
when you guys were dating. When you married, did you tell?
Okay, he still knew I was in talking terms with this. He knew. It's not, he knew. Now,
He knew that you were inviting your ex to the house.
I'm getting to that. I'm going to explain what happened. I just had a baby then. That was about 4 years ago.
Eh?
That was about 4 years ago. My first child. I just had a baby. This particular guy.
Give her mic. Come and give her mic because I don't want to stress my ear. Give her mic. On that mic from there. If it's not on, you can try it.
It's on. I just had a baby then. And this particular guy was in Lagos for an interview. So he called me, congratulations, Mrs. ADEBIYI. He said, can I come and see the baby? I said, no big deal. You can come. My mother was in the house. My friend was in the house. I asked him a question. If I had anything in mind, will I even bring a guy when my mother is in the house or when you're in the house?
But did you tell him that it's
I
your
didn't
ex?
tell him. I didn't
So
tell
that
him.
is weird. That is where you did wrong.
Yes.
Because if you did not inform him that your ex is coming to his house, his own matrimonial home, and listen to me, everything must not be sex. One, you don't know if he will buy the idea of the guy having access to his privacy, because everybody's home is their privacy.
Yes, I understand that.
Go ahead.
I understand that. Now he's coming here to state issues about my mom trying to control him, my mom doing this, my mom doing that, which are all lies. I don't want to start countering everything word by word because we are not going to. So I'm just going to go back to the day I left the house. I'm just going to go straight to that. He said that Princess, which was the girl, Princess is the girl, the baby with my mom. That Princess said she has tattered clothes. Princess said, okay, even if Princess said all that, is it not your duty as my husband to call me? Okay, this is what Princess said. This is what Princess said. This is what I intend to do. Is it not your duty? There's something you mean. Okay, yeah. There was a night he came back from work. Then I was still on maternity leave. Gas had finished. You know, okay. And I told him, okay,
Make use of the mic, madam. Come and help this woman hold this mic. She's stressing me. You can't speak up normally and you cannot make use of the mic. And
I'm
the camera
making
is
use
not
of the
on
mic,
you.
ma. I'm making use of the mic. Thank you. So he came back from work that night and said, I told him there is no gas in the house, that Princess, okay, the next thing he said was, Princess, let's go and buy gas around 9 p.m. at night. I told him,
Were you at all?
I was at home. I told him, I called him, I said, Sean, Why does Princess have to follow you to go and buy gas? I didn't see the need for it. And it's also because God knows, I told my mom something. I said, I'm not saying Shehu is the perfect husband or anything. I'm not saying Shehu cannot keep girls or Shehu can never molest a child. And it's only because I suspected him of anything or any of that sort. But there was no need for him to take her out to go and buy gas that night. So because he has always been rude, that is his usual way, even to me. So when I told him that, sure, there's no need for you to take Princess out this late to buy gas. The next thing, he just said, Princess, take that gas to the car. He didn't even say anything to me. So they left. I didn't say anything either. So my mom came back. My mom was like, where is Princess? I said, Princess,
Is your
when
mom living with you guys?
no, she's not. Now, he's making it sound as if my mom is always coming to the house. I can actually, because I sat down to count, maybe in the 4 years, the number of times my mom came, I couldn't count up to 15 times. That's why I said I don't want to go over the issues
Four
that we
years,
had.
15 times. What is
I
she
said
looking
I
for?
cannot count up to. That is what I said. Despite the fact that they don't live so far away from the house, but they don't frequent my house. That is what I mean. She did not come to the house up to 15 times. So that's what I was saying. When um when my mom came back, my mom actually came to the house that night. So when my mom came, my mom was like, okay, what happened? Where is Princess? I said,
Where
Princess
your
went
mom
out.
stays is not far from your house.
It's not far.
And each time she comes, she pass a night.
It's not every time she passes the night. The only time she passes the night, only on 3 occasions, and I'm going to state those 3 occasions. The first time when I gave birth, the second time when she made a return trip from Canada and she came from the airport, she couldn't go home that night. The third time, when she lost her aunt, so we all went for the burial at Onikon, um, Yoruba tennis club, and it was late for them to go home that night. And I told her, Mommy, come and spend the night at my house. Those were the 3 times. Okay, no, actually, for the fourth time, she was coming from Abeokuta and she passed the night at my house with a friend.
But you said your house is not far from your mom's house. So
Yes,
why
but
didn't
the
you
road,
drive straight to her
because
house?
the road is very bad and you cannot, the road is very, very bad. It's not far, but they have very bad roads. My parents stay at Ocho. Then the roads were very, very bad and the traffic was hectic. You could spend up to 4 hours in traffic, despite the fact that it is not far.
Okay, if it like how many kilometers? I mean 30 minutes,
Yes,
10
about
minutes.
30 minutes if there's no on a good day. About 30 minutes. But because of the bad road, you could spend over 4 hours on the road. So if she's coming back from a journey, she cannot go that night.
So
So
yeah, are you guys living in your personal house or rented apartment?
we were staying in his father's house.
Same like that was three-bedroom apartment.
Go
It
ahead.
was his dad's house. So now he also said that there was a time I made plans with my mom. Schools, that was when there was COVID shut down. It was in 2020. Schools were shut down. I was working. I wasn't given time of work. We didn't have anybody in the house. Now he came to say son was attending summer class. Please, which summer classes were on during COVID? I'm asking you.
No, face me and talk. Don't
Okay,
ask
I'm
anybody.
sorry. He said that schools were on. There was summer activities. All schools were shut down. Jaden didn't start school. That's as much until it was about on February 4th. That was it. And this incident was around August, September 2019. The son didn't start school until so which I now called my mom. I told my mom that mommy, I've not been given time off work. Then I even just started working. I just started the job. I just started the job. I was still on probation. So I cannot start taking leave. I cannot start taking leave or unnecessary excuse. I now told my mom that, Mommy, please come and help me take Jaden home. Penny, are you listening, ma?
Go ahead.
Okay. I said,
What
Mommy,
is this?
That's the maid that got to my house.
I said, Mommy,
This one a second wife.
I said, Mommy, please come and take JD home because I cannot stop working. I cannot stop working and I'm still on probation. I cannot start taking medicine. Okay, that reminds me. He also said he got me the job. Please, I want to ask you. He has a friend who does all this, who is a recruitment, who is an HR consultant. The friend just told him, okay, please tell your wife there is a vacancy for a legal officer. That was the only thing. So he just informed me. I sent my CV to them. So how does that amount to you getting me a job? She'll
I thought you said the person is his friend.
Yes, the person is his friend, but he makes it look as if he knows the people there or that he knows the MD. That is what he's always saying, that he got me a job. But you know, I sat down the first time he said that thing. I sat down and I asked him, do you know the interview process I went through? Did you have any influence over this thing? So you cannot start.
No.
Okay, so all that was by the way. Now, he said he would get somebody. He said he would get somebody, he will get a maid or something. He said one lie here that he got the first maid. I did not like the first maid. And he said he would get the second
What
one.
happened to the first maid that your mom brought from the village?
Okay, this girl was not a maid. Before God and man, I called him. I told him, I said, sure, this girl is an orphan. She just lost her mom through domestic. I told him, please let this girl come and stay with us. Let me stay. Oh, Jesus, sure. Sure, everything you said here, please let me hold it. Everything you said here were lies. You said I had consent. You said he told me that he was getting a maid with his sister-in-law. The sister-in-law just brought a maid to the house, and the sister-in-law told me, Moji, I know we did not talk about it, but this is time, and she's here to help. And I was like, who does that? Is it because I've been quiet all this while? I said,
Let her help you if you cannot use it.
I said, who does that? How do you get a maid for somebody without having a conversation with the person? I was like, anyway, it's not the sister-in-law I have issues with. It is him I have issues with.
When your mom brought the first person, did you consult your husband that it was an agreement between you and your husband that your mom was bringing a maid or an
Okay.
orphan from your village to you?
I did.
Eh?
I did. We had that conversation. I told him, he said, no, that he's not comfortable with a minor being. I said, this person is not here as a maid. This person is a child that is just unfortunate. Her mother, it was her
What is
stepmom.
that relationship with you or your mom?
The girl is related to my mom.
What kind of relation?
All this distance relationship. Her father, it was my grandma who brought up the girl's father. So the girl's father and my mom are like siblings.
Alike.
Yes, but they are not. My mom is an
Panadol is
only
not
child.
Panadol. Go ahead.
Yes, my mom is an only child. Don't worry. So the girl's father is like my mom's father because it was my grandma who brought up the girl's father. So I told him, I said, Shoo, this girl is not a maid. I keep telling you that I'll never treat her like a maid.
What happened to
Because
the second one?
this is the second one we are talking about. Her name is Rejoice. This is the second girl we are talking about. So when this girl came to the house, she was living with us. I used to pay somebody. This is the maid he's talking about. I will pay somebody to wash this girl's clothes and clean her room. I spent my money and I spent over about 250,000 naira to send this girl to learn skills. That was before she started school because they were giving us issues with her school then. So I didn't want her to just be whiling away time at home. So I told her in the meantime, go to a catering school. I did that and this is somebody who is calling me maybe. He's saying, this is somebody that he's not saying he cannot have a 14-year-old girl as a maid. But this one that he will give his clothes to wash. I will not be angry. I will tell him, sure, how can you give your clothes he wears white to the office? he will give this girl on Saturday, he'll give this girl heap of white shirts to wash. And I'll tell you, sometimes then I was doing my MBA. So I used to go to Ikeja every weekend. I'll come back from the house. I'll meet this girl washing clothes. I'll ask this girl, what have you eaten? She said they have not eaten. I'll be like, how can you treat? And this is you saying that I'm bringing somebody to maltreat. How can you treat a child this way? How can you treat a child this way? Is it because I don't know? Anyway, all that was by the way. So the next
Then
thing,
anytime you went to party at night,
okay, I was going to address that. He told a lie.
help her with the mic.
He told a lie. Don't worry. He told a lie, which that I wanted to go to a party at night. It was our Lord dinner then, and it wasn't at night. It was around 6 p.m. It was around 6 p.m. And that day, he did not go to work. He said he went to work and came back. This guy here, he did not go to work that day. I remember very well, because he was the one that went to pick our son from the crèche. I was on my way to the crèche to pick the child up. When I met him, we went back home together. And I told him, okay, sure, I'm going for my dog dinner. And
That
then
same day, or you pre-informed him
I did
before
not
that?
pre-inform him. I told him that day. I did not pre-inform him. So I told him that I'm going for my dog dinner. Considering the fact that the venue of this place was still within, it was about 10 minutes from the house. It was about 10 minutes because we were staying at Abida. The place was on Bode Thomas. So it was about 10 minutes from the house. I told him, okay, sure, I'm going for my lunch dinner. He said, I cannot go. I said, this place is not far. I'll go and come back. Before 8, 9 o'clock, I'm back. But I want to go. He said, I cannot go.
You eventually went.
I did not go. He said, I cannot go. So
Help her with the mic.
So he locked the door. Don't worry, please. So he locked the door. I was like, no. The first thing he said was, if I want to go for any party, I should go with our son. I was like, that one is not a big deal. I can go with him. It's a Lord dinner. So I dressed the boy up on this suit and boot that I was like, okay, I've dressed him. I've worn my own dress. Fine, let's go. He said, you cannot go. I was like, but the only condition you gave earlier was I should go with the child. So why are you saying I cannot go? He said that I should go. That let me. He started saying, I want to dare him. I want to dare him. I said, how am I daring you? The only thing you said was, I should go with the child.
You are repeating yourself.
No, I'm just because of the arguments we had. Then the next thing, he slapped me. I started hitting me, and I had to fight him in self-defense so that he would give me because he held my neck. He started hitting me, and he said something. I will kill you. He said it. He has told me that 2 times, and I went to his father. I told his father. His father said, even if he said that, did he hold a gun to your head, or did he hold a knife to your neck? And I asked his father, oh, daddy, I was meant to wait for him to hold a knife to my neck before you people would take action, right?
How old are you, Shane?
I'm 35 years old.
How old are you, madam?
I'm 31.
You are both adults, full grown adults. Go ahead.
Then, I just don't want to go into issues. I don't want to go into unnecessary issues. Let me just go to the issue that led me to leave the house that night. Sean has been violent. I told his dad something. I told his dad that the fact that that deal, all people have not forgotten I'm a lawyer. It's not as if I don't know what to do, but I want peace. And it's that peace that I've been fighting for. That's why everybody, especially him, that's why everybody thinks I'm stupid. His father said that I'm being confrontational towards him. I said, how am I being confrontational, sir? His father said he never knew I was arrogant and rude. That even if I'm a lawyer, will I be the first lawyer? That even if I take his son to the
You are
police,
not talking to me alone. They need
Okay.
your audio you
That's-
signed for.
that even if I take his son to the police station, police will treat it as a domestic case and they will release him, and I will go back to the house, and the same thing will continue. And I was like, Daddy, is that what you are going to say? At that point, I said, Daddy, I'm done talking because I don't have anything to say anymore. The father started saying, okay, now he's saying, my mom said she'll come and take me. The statement my mom said was she does not have a child that any man will kill.
That's the lie.
That was what my mom said. My
But you
mom
did,
said,
you not did that. I was
my
in the
mom
house.
said, my mom
I
said,
understand that you are a parrot as well. Because when a man interrupts like this, you are not so comfortable to live with. How can you be talking like this? You talk for more than over 30 minutes. Even I was not supposed to give you time. If you had watched your previous interview, I asked her not to interrupt you. But you keep interrupting her. For what?
my mom said, I don't have a child that any man will kill. I can come and ask my daughter to pack her things and leave your house. That was what my mom said. And then he told his father that my mom said she has the power to end the marriage. And the father said, any day that that happens, any day that that happens, that will be the end of the marriage. So back to the issue that I left the house. When I was pregnant, even with my first child, he never, she will come up and say he gave me, I'm sure most of those things that amounted to that statement he gave me, maybe were things for our shopping. Even our shopping, when I told his aunt everything, his aunt told me in confidence that, Moji, with everything I blame you for marrying him. He's my son, but I'll not talk to you. I'll not talk to you as a, I'll talk to you in confidence like my daughter. I'll not talk like his aunt here. I'll talk to you like my daughter. So I'm sure most of those things will be things that amounted to maybe wedding shopping or anything. Even at that, I still spent my own money. I was never dependent on him because I'm working. Because he made a statement once when I was not working. Then it was going out. He didn't even drop money that maybe I'll eat or anything. I now asked him, I said, Sean, we are going out and there is no food in the house. I've not eaten. I've eaten for 3 nights. The only thing he said was, am I the one that asked you to be in the house?
Is it about rain?
Yes. He said, am I the one that asked you to be in the house? And that day I knew that
Madam, speak up.
that day I knew that I can never ever for my life depend on him for money. He's saying he gives me money. I'm sure maybe if there's going to be an adjournment, I'll also get my statements. The number of times you tell me he's broke, that I'll give him money. The number of times, even up to the point before I left, I gave him up to 250,000 naira. Maybe a week before I left the house because he said he wanted to renovate, he wanted to do this, he wanted to do that. I gave him the first time I gave him it was 180,000. The next time I gave him it was 30,000. I calculated all these things. It's just that I didn't come with my statement. If there's going to be an agreement, I'm going to get all those things here. The first time our first child started school, he did not pay the school fees because he was angry. I asked the maid to leave. He refused to pay the school fees. He later, before then, he was telling me, let the maid move into the house. I said, why would the maid move in? Move in as what? If the maid moves in, I go to work. Jaden is starting school. Government has said schools should resume. Jaden is starting school. What would the maid be doing in the house? He said, we'll convert that to a full-time day. I said, I'm not interested. Let her go. He opened his mouth and told me, okay, that I should pack my things and leave. Let the maid move in. That was the first day he brought. He said I should pack my things and leave. Let the maid move in. And I told him, sure, I promise you I will leave. And if I leave, I will not come back. So I left. I now came back to get my things and started begging that he's very sorry, it was the work of the devil, blah 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 blah. I stayed back. So when I was pregnant again with this child, one day he started saying we need a maid, we need a maid. Consider the fact that every Saturday I used to call one woman to clean the house. I was paying this woman every time she comes, I pay her 4,000 naira. He never paid this woman
Who send it? Say so. Will you give drop this in here?
He never paid this woman, this maid, up to 2 times. I was paying this woman out of my pocket. Yes, anytime you'll be complaining the house is dirty. We need a living maid. I don't want any living maid. If we are going to get the maid, it will be somebody that will be coming and going. Let the person come and leave. At the end of the month, we pay the person. I don't want any living maid. Even if we are going to get, it's when I'm on maternity leave that I'll stay with the person to monitor the person. That is when, before I knew, that day it was a public holiday, it was on May 1st. The sister-in-law called him. Hello, Kusho, are you at home? He said, yes, I'm at home. The lady said, eh, I'm coming, I'm coming with the girl. He was like, okay, no problem, I'm at home. And I was wondering, what girl is he talking about? Okay, let me watch and see what's going to happen. In the evening, they came with a girl and a bag. And I was angry because you don't just bring anybody to another person's house without having a conversation with the person. I'm talking about the lady person. I called the woman that acts as his mother. I called their elder brother. I told them the same way I was not involved in them bringing this lady. It's the same way I will not be involved in this lady living. But she has to leave because it is my house. If I say I don't want her, the person that brought her should come and take her away. The brother was like, what is the urgency in getting away? I said there was no urgency. And we had this conversation, and I told him I don't want any living mate. So why is he trying to force somebody on me? The brother said, okay, he's going to talk to him. He's going to talk to him, and that was it. Okay. So that night,
You can step out with your child. It's your child. You can go and let you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
that
Go ahead. Go
night,
ahead. Go ahead. Please.
that night,
And summarize.
after I had a very terrible dream. I dreamt that I was bleeding. That was a dream I had. So I now woke up and prayed that night. So because I'm Catholic, I always have my holy candle, holy water, and holy salt. So I brought it out and I did. So I have this friend that I'm very close to at the office. So I told her about the dream I had, and she was like, "Wow, that's this kind of a dream where she's from. They consider it because she's an Igbo girl. That where she's from, they consider it a bad omen that a pregnant woman hates in her pregnancy will be bleeding. That's I ought not to have accepted this girl. I should have told my sister-in-law to take her back. That was a mistake I made. But now that she has come, the only thing I can do is to pray. So she further told me about one pastor that she has who usually prays over any maid she wants to get. That she'll give me this pastor's number. Let me pray. Let me talk to him. So when she gave me this pastor's number, I spoke with him. He now said he will call me back over
You're
the
not talking
weekend.
to me alone. And
Yeah, I
it's not in
understand.
private.
Yeah, I understand. So he said he'll call me back over the weekend. So he called me on Saturday. Okay, before then, this girl is talking about that he said I brought my friend, I did not tell him from the name. She called me then, that was during December last year, that she wants to relocate to Lagos. But before, so she called me then that she wants to relocate to Lagos. But before then, before she gets a place to stay, can she come and stay with us? This girl is my childhood friend. He even knows that even when I go to Benin, it is their house I stay. My mom and this girl, my all her siblings and my own siblings, they are close. I grew up with this girl. She was the first friend I had.
Did you tell your husband before she come to your house?
I did. The guy even called him from Benin before she came to Lagos. So how can he still say he did not know she's coming?
Did he agree?
Okay. When the girl called him, he said that he's not comfortable and everything. He
Your
doesn't.
husband said you is not comfortable.
Yes.
Then you go ahead to ask her to come.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. So the girl came. This particular day that he's saying, and he went to her room was scattered and everything. He came to me that night. I was sleeping. That I should go and look at the room where my friend is staying. I now asked him, sure, if somebody is staying in the room, that is the person's privacy. You don't have any right, despite the fact that it is your house. I know it's your house, but you don't have any right to go and open the room and to be checking whether it is neat or it is not neat.
Your own husband.
Yes, I told him that. Yes.
Go ahead, go ahead.
So I told him that you don't have, it is her privacy and it is not your
Was she around?
business. No, she was not. She was not. I told him it is not your business and you don't have the right to go and open the door and check out whether it is dirty or clean. Then the next thing he said was, this girl
You
has
see
to
the time
leave.
here,
Okay.
and I'm not the only one deciding over this.
So the next thing
I
he
told
said,
you before now.
the next thing he said was, this girl has to leave. That she had this one, that one. I said, I said, okay, no problem. I called this girl. I told her, see, Gifty, please, is there any other place you can stay? She said, okay, that if her presence was causing issues between me and her, that she wouldn't want that, that she can stay in her shop. That was it. Actually I felt very bad. But for this to be, that had to happen. And she
She runs a
understood.
shop.
Yeah, she has a shop.
Somebody that have money to run a business, why can't
Now,
she first of all get
now,
a living before
no,
opening a shop of a
that
business?
is what he doesn't understand. Now, the shop that she was actually another childhood friend of ours who actually gave her that place. So for her, she did, and I explained all these things to him. I said, this girl is like my sister. She doesn't have anybody. She doesn't, I know this thing. I understand her circumstances. So why will I be comfortable letting her go and sleep in the shop? Okay, he now said, for me to want this maid to leave, my friend has to leave. My friend left. I went to meet him. Sure, my friend has left. When is your maid leaving? He said the maid is not going anywhere. That the maid is here to stay. I said, I'm sorry. The maid cannot stay. Because number one, she was here with her. Okay, and then another thing, about 2 days before that day, I had a chat with this maid. I asked her, okay, how old are you? She said she's 26. I said, okay, when did you finish secondary school? She said she finished secondary school about 3 years ago. I said, where did you school? She said she schooled in Lagos. I said, oh, so you've even been in this Lagos before? She said, yes, that she grew up in Lagos. I said, okay, who were you living with? She said she was staying with her aunt. I said, okay, this is your aunt you're living with. Can I have a number?
Who
She
were
said,
you asking?
the girl, the maid he brought, him and his sister in the brought. She said no, that she does not have the aunt's number anymore. I said, how can you say somebody you lived with and then you stayed in a house for over 10 years? How can you say you don't have a number? She now said,
So
uh,
eventually what happened?
eventually, okay, on that night, this particular, I actually spoke with my priest. My priest now called, my priest told me this maid has to leave your house.
And the priest did not tell you that your boyfriend is not supposed to come to your house.
Everybody told me that. Even my parents told me, they all told me
The
that it
day
was
your
wrong.
ex-boyfriend was coming to your house, did you
Yes.
tell your mom that that person coming to your house
Yes, I
was
told
your ex?
no, I didn't
And
tell
your
my
mom
mom
permit your ex to
before.
come to your
No,
house?
excuse me, I did not tell my mom before. It was afterwards I told her. And my mom told me it is not done. My mom told me it is not done. Even my dad said it was, everybody said it wasn't done. It was an abomination. I'm fine. I apologized to him over that. Fine, he's saying this one. He keeps dragging me everywhere. I told him, see, show, the fact that I'm quiet.
Have you been to other office before now?
We've been to the police station. It was actually
That is for threat to life from your brother. From your
okay.
brother.
So what actually happened that night? It was the night when I told him the maid has to go. When he hits me, he actually pushed me, and I don't know. If not for the grace of God, I would have hit my tummy. I was 7 months pregnant, and so I now called my younger brother. I told my younger brother that, see, Henry, I need boys. I was the one that called my younger brother. I said, I need boys to be around because I know if I want to move, he will make issues. I said, I don't want them to come to the house. Let them just be on this, let them just be around. in case he wants to make issues. My younger brother was, and my younger brother was like,
You called your brother that you need boys to be around
yes,
your for your husband.
yes, I did. My younger brother was like, is it because we've been quiet all this while that he will be hitting you? And my younger brother was like, you are even a lawyer, you are letting a man hit you. Is it because we've been quiet now, you know, and we've not been saying anything? That if he should touch you this night, I will come to that your house with, and we will beat him up. So I told my younger brother, Femi, just calm down, calm down. I'm not saying, my younger brother, because I was crying, and my younger brother was, Moji, are you crying? Did he beat you? My younger brother now called. My younger brother now called and said, so because of we've been quiet, that's why you think you can always beat my sister and get away with it. I will come to your house this night and I will beat you to black. My he now said, my younger brother threatened his life. And I asked him, oh, because my younger brother called you and said he will beat you if you hit me. That is a threat to your life. All the times you hit me, the two times you said, oh, you will kill me. Did I even go to, I asked him, who should be reporting for threats to life? Now he came and said, that I'm denying him access to his children. When I moved out, because I was actually at my parents' place, my parents stayed in Ojo, my office is in Ikoyi. I told and then when I was pregnant, I was in Ojo to Ikoyi every day. I told him I won't do that madness anymore. He said I should leave the children at Ojo, let them go to school there because schools are cheap. I said, why will I leave my children with my parents? They are not their responsibility. I will not do that. He said, where do you live? I said, you don't have to know where I stay. If you want to see your children, let me know and I will bring them to you. After all, I've been doing that before. Even when I was pregnant, you call me, okay, he wants to see JD now. I'll take JD to meet him. Even and all these things that he has been hitting me. And I was doing it in front of our son. This boy was begging to it. When we moved out one day, when he called and said, I want to speak with Jamie, the little child said, I don't want to talk to daddy. I don't like daddy. That was what the little child said.
You're already instigating the child against the father.
And why will I do that?
So how would a 4 years
Because he
boy be
witnesses
saying
those things. Even when I was in the house, even when we are having a conversation, JD will come and want to fight him. JD will be dragging me, mommy, let's go. And I was like, why will I want to train up a child in this kind of an environment? Why will I do
so
that?
what led to you packing out of the house? That is what I
So
want to hear now.
that night, when he said, the maid is not going, the maid is not going. I told him, sure, it's either this maid leaves or I leave.
Can you speak up, please?
I said, yes, it's either, I have a very soft voice.
That
I
is
said,
why you need
I
to.
said, I said, it's either
That is
this
for your
maid.
bedroom, not
I
for.
said, it's either this maid leaves or I leave. So you have to make your choice. He said, I should get out. Even if I should get out is none of his business. At that point, I called my dad. I said, Daddy, I'm tired of all these fights. Because I don't think in the 4 years we had up to 10 days of peace. It was
Meaning you guys are not made for each other.
it was either fight or this one, I will kill you out. And I was like, I told my I said, Daddy, I'm tired of all this. Daddy, please come and pack my things.
And your dad came
Yes, my dad came.
and pack your things.
Yes, he
Did
did.
you put it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Okay.
I'm
It's
not done,
alright.
man, please.
I have other case to attend
I
to.
understand, but you have to give me audience too.
I have other case to attend to.
I understand that one because what I'm saying is very important also.
Okay, go ahead. If you can do that in few minutes.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you. So now he's saying that okay, when I told him, I said, sure, Jide can no longer attend school at Oxford because I'm leaving and I'll be living with him. Fine, I know that school fees at Lekki are expensive. I'm not expecting you to pay me. So if we can pay together, he said he's not paying. That however I want to do it, I should do it. I said, fine, no problem. If you're not going to pay, it's not a big deal at all. Why am I working if I cannot send my children to school? The next thing, I enrolled the boy in school. He started calling my mommy, what school is Jaden going to? He does not want to have a hand in it, that this is a breach of his fundamental human rights. I said, if you want to enforce your rights, ensure the court, I have a reason why all this one, I did not take any action. It's not as if I don't know what to do. Anywhere you want to go to, stop, go anywhere, sure, do anything you want to do. He said, this one now, before you know, no, it's something as if I'm trying to exploit him through the children. Why will I do that? I said, okay, fine. I'm not expecting. He said, he's not going to pay the school fees to me. He's going to pay it to the school. I should look for a cheap school. I said, sure. You know, there are no cheap schools here. Okay, fine. This is the school's account number. Okay, pay that 130 you were meant to pay at St. Thomas Aquinas. Or even pay the one you were paying at Surulere. I will balance up the remaining. He said he's not paying. And I didn't see anything. He didn't pay it. So I don't understand. The fundamental right he said I preach is what I don't get. Why he brought me here is what I don't get. Considering the fact that people is
Yeah, attach this to my file.
I think I'm done.
You are done.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Can I just ask for one request?
Sorry?
Can I ask for one request?
What?
Can we call the officer at the police station?
Where you were
Listen,
disgraced.
listen. Can we call the police officer at the police station
That what?
to validate her saying that I beat her that night? Can we call the police officer?
That is not necessary.
The officer that said you be the
I
one
would
to
not want any of you
gaslight.
to talk again. I've listened to both of you. Let me have the office phone, please. We're still going to open line for our legal department,
Okay.
our fans, and our, wherever to call it before I finalize. Like before then, uh, the clothes you were buying for that little girl, that girl you were buying clothes for, call her to come and connect. I hope it's shy. The clothes you were buying for that girl, drop that phone here. I need that phone here, please. Bring the plug this to this, the way you guys bring the wire, plug it. Or if you don't know how to do it, call her to go and get it. Why were you not giving the money to her to go and get the clothes for the girls
I
and
told
the want to
no, I told my wife about it. I told my I had a question that this girl needs new clothes. My wife is somebody that if you tell her to do something, if you're not if you're not pushing her to do something, she will never get done. First time I told her, she didn't say anything. Second time I told her, she didn't do anything about it. Until when someone else said that, come, this girl na person want to speak now. And the day when I buy her clothes, I got my wife a clothes. So it will be as if I'm buying her clothes alone.
Okay, that's that. That's
Okay.
aside. The day you went out with the housemate to go and buy gas, is it that you are too?
I was tired.
Excuse me now. Excuse me. Excuse me. You went out with your housemate 9 o'clock to go and buy gas.
It was not 9 o'clock.
Eh?
It wasn't 9 o'clock. I got back.
Was it night?
No. It was evening. It was
Okay,
7.
let me even ask
Okay.
you. If it's past 7, past 5, past 4,
Okay.
even in the morning, is it that you went out with the girl to help you carry the gas, or what? What
She
is your
helped me.
reason of going with the girl?
Right, because everywhere was dark. There was no lights.
And it's a girl that will become the
Let me
touchline.
explain to you. We're driving there. I told her, you know what? Look on this side of the axis of this road. Let me check here. So we'll not miss out of any gas.
So for the past 4 years or all this while you were dating before you married,
Okay.
you've not bought gas
We
before.
buy gas because
So who were looking left and right?
Not because a man sells gas in front of our house. We don't buy gas that late. But why wasn't gas that day before?
Let me tell you, that is wrong.
Okay.
That you did is wrong.
Okay.
You have no reason whatsoever to go out with the girl, to go and be buying gas.
Okay.
You are the man, and even if she's pregnant or she's not pregnant, and eventually discover that there's no gas at home when you got to your house, the best, if you have not cooked or you have a need of it, take the gas into your car, drive out and go and buy the gas. So if the girl is not, if you have no maid in the house and there's no gas in your house, will you look for somebody on the street and pick, please be looking at the left while I'm looking at the right to get gas? No. There are some steps you don't take that will eventually bring issues to your home.
Okay.
That is
okay, no problem.
not good.
Okay.
Then, the 26 years girl that you brought to the house as a maid was your wife, your sister or your aunt brought the lady to your house?
Sister-in-law.
Your sister-in-law. Your sister-in-law.
Yes.
Sister-in-law to her or sister-in-law from
Sister-in-law
another
to my
person?
own, my own sister-in-law.
Okay.
Yes.
His husband's
My
wife,
husband's
his
wife.
brother's
My brother's wife.
Your brother's wife.
Yes, my brother's wife.
Because if you say sister-in-law, it could be a
Okay,
sister's
yeah, my
wife.
brother's wife. Yes.
Your brother's wife's
Yes.
sister
Yes.
brought a maid, 26 years old lady to your house
Yes.
as a housemaid to come and live in the same house.
without
Did
my
you tell
consent.
your wife?
I told her,
Don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me.
I told her. In fact, I bought the first meat.
You told
I
her.
told her,
Did she
yes.
agree?
She said no problem. Now let me tell you why. Let me tell you why there were issues. Because our friend was staying in the middle room. We're supposed to be in separate rooms. I stayed in the first room. She stays in the third room. So because the maid and our friend were staying in the room, that's why she said she didn't want an in-house maid. Okay, fine. You're complaining about maid sleeping over. The maid is sent from the first maid. 6 years old girl is sent from your house, which is your house not too far. What is not sleeping over in my own house? Did that raise an issue?
No.
I
know this marriage is not going to work.
Yes, ma. I know it's
Certainly it's not going to work, but I just want to give listing. Oh, that listing.
I'm listening to you.
It's not going to work. It's not a cause because both of you are parallel and both of you are boss in the house. You can only succeed. I've asked you to bring this to come and connect the auxiliary wire to connect it. Marriage can only work if one person is the head and the other one step. It could be either way, even though God says the man is the head of the house. But if you eventually make yourself the wife and make the wife the head, it can still work based on those people's but biblically, I believe a man should be the head of the house. Another thing is, madam,
Yes, ma'am.
profession, your discipline of anybody in all aspect of life is not part of marriage. If you are a police officer, you are a military officer, you are a lawyer, be you male or female, yes, that is your discipline. But in most cases, in fact 100%, it's advisable you drop your professional side, then you work out your marriage. And I have my reason why I'm saying
But
this.
can I ask you a question here?
Hold on, I have my reasons. My reasons, I'm saying this based on both of you statement have picked. Because you can be educated, but you will still lack wisdom. You can be educated, but you might not be exposed. You can be educated, but you will lack so many things that will obstruct your normal lifestyle or things that can allow give life positivity in your environment or whatever. The involvement of your mom in your marriage is too much, and I can explain. We all have mother, and their children are always attached to their mom. I have a mom, I just lost my mom, and I know how close I was with her before she died. If you don't, once you are above 18 upwards, 2022, and you are preparing to settle, no matter the family you come from, if your family did not encourage you on how to settle, if you bring in either finance, you bring educational level, you bring whatsoever, anything that have to do with material into your marriage, such marriage hardly work. You might see couples that love themselves, but the marriage hardly work because of measurements, ego, pride. I can't do this. I'm educated. I can't do that. I'm not one of this village girl. I can't do that. I'm not one of this village man. All this ego,
I was never
madam,
like
don't
that.
interrupt me. I beg you. I am talking to both of you.
Yes, I understand.
I'm talking to both of you, and if you don't want to listen, you step out. Then I will just close the case. I am not stupid to have sit down and be listening to both of you for hours. I have other things to attend to. I am married, and I should also attend to my domestic other things, not to sit there and be talking. So if I give you that time, please avail me your ears and your attention. You left home. You packed out of your matrimonial home. Your father came then to pack your things. You called your dad, come and pack my things. Because your husband said the mate is not going.
Because he hit me while I was pregnant, and he was doing that.
But the very one that led to, according to your statement, the one that led to you packing out of the house, you said, you asked if the maid did not go, you will leave. And he showed less concern about that and asked you, you can leave, that the maid is not going nowhere. And that was when you called your dad to come and pick your things.
Yes.
Was that not your statement?
Yes. And that night, he hits me that night. You can ask him. Sure, are you going to deny that?
Good.
Are you going to deny that?
Excuse me. Have you given consent to those people?
Yes.
Good. The call line, I don't know, the call line is 08160171192. 08160171192 if you want to call in, because I will quickly summarize on this issue. I'm just pissed off because of so many things that are going to hear. Good. And you decided to leave the house. Come and take their phones. Yeah. Take all those phones. How do you pick this call? Why is it cutting off? Where? I pick that is very important.
Respectfully, now let's take my leave.
You were self-selfish. Because we came here to complain.
And he should go to court.
Hold on.
If he doesn't do that, I will do that.
You go to court for the divorce, or you go to court for denying him access to his kids?
I asked him, have I ever denied you
Yes,
access
you
to
have.
it?
On
I
several
told him
occasions,
something
I was
that
told.
you will not use the kids to know where I stay. I will file divorce proceedings, I will do all that. But you will not use the kids as an excuse.
When
You will not.
When last has he set his eyes on the kids?
The boys,
I'm asking
Jaden's birthday was on September 19th. Jaden was with him the weekend. They went out, they did all that. I know the
which of
importance.
the September?
Last month.
Hold on, excuse me.
Last month was Jaden's birthday. They were together. They took him out. When he says, I want to see Jaden, I take him to see him. I
Where?
only told him maybe ShopRite or something. Then he was saying he can never come to my
He picked
father's
the
house.
child.
You said?
He picked the child away.
No, on his birthday,
Yeah.
yes, he picked him away. They were together for the weekend. So
The child was with
the
him
child was with him for
throughout
the
the
weekend.
weekend.
Yes.
Okay.
So when he said I'm denying him access to the truth, I said I don't understand. Every time you say okay, you want to see Jaden, even when I was heavily pregnant, I will bring Jaden out for you to see him.
Okay, this is it. Hold on. Before both of you go to court, I will still have to say what is right and what is wrong. Let's leave the marriage aspect of it. The marriage will not work. Let her look for another husband, you look for another wife. There's nothing wrong if both of you decided to go your separate way, because you are both boss. One, she reserved the right to her privacy. Now you cannot have access or know where she's staying if she chooses so. But she will not deny you access to your children, even if she's a son. Whenever you want to see your kids, communicate with her either by chat or by call. Excuse me, I'm talking to you. don't even know why both of you find yourself in my office here. I don't need all this. You wouldn't let me talk. She will not let me talk. You will call her. Hence, you know she's working. Let her tell you on Tuesday or Wednesday or Friday, the same way we called her, she said she'll be back, she'll be available Saturday also or Friday. Let her give you dates. You know I am working. Saturday, you are picking your son. Or Friday, you are picking the son, you return the child Sunday before the child resumes. Or you are seeing the child on Saturday if it's just normal hanging out. Or holiday, you are picking the child. These children have nothing to do with either of you. They have their own life to live. So none of you should disturb the peace and the better welfare of kids. Number two, you can, if she can in any way complete the school fees of the child in the new school where she enrolled to, all you need to do, the one you can afford that you were paying before, you pay that and she can make it up with that. But she also have rights. Okay, I have the resources, my child can be in any kind of expensive school provided she has the resources to support that.
Okay.
And there is no court of law either in Nigeria or anywhere that anybody will compel you to pay more than your resources, your income rather. So if the child had been going to 130,000 naira school fees you were paying, and she decided to pick the child to 300,000 per term, and she can pay up the balance of 170,000. So what is your stress? Transfer what is the school fees you were paying before to her, and the necessary things you feel you can do for your kids. Then she can complete it from there. Then you talk about the welfare of the children. I don't know which aspects.
Okay, now,
Where did she deny the welfare of the
welfare now in the sense that I don't know where my children are staying. Before she put to bed, she was staying with her brother in Lekki, and that house was like, it had a room in a three-bedroom apartment. It was like you living a house with strangers. Everybody had their own room. It was a shared apartment. Three friends come together in an apartment and just one room. I don't know where my children are staying. I don't know how they're coping. I shall know that I send you money every month.
Okay, do you want to rent an apartment for
I
her
don't.
where you will know that the
I
children
don't
will
want to rent
stay?
an apartment for her. Now,
Eh?
no, man. The reason why I came here was for us to have a structure on ground. That's why I actually came. I'm not coming here for us to come together. For them to be a structure. I don't know what I'm saying, man. At times I will call her. I want to see my son. Moji not pick up her call. She'll tell me her phone has problem. I came here for a structure. Let's sit down and discuss. Okay, if it's twice a month I see my child, let's see it. If the particular time I'm going to come and see my child, maybe 9 on Saturday, let my child be available at night. That's why I'm here, actually.
Then is that all for the aspect of the welfare?
Yes, welfare, yes. Let me just even know where they are staying. That's all. I'm not even saying.
Okay, that is what I'm saying. The issue of where they are staying. Have you gotten an apartment for yourself?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Even if you get to court, the magistrate or the judge will say, okay, you have right to know where the kids are staying. The situation where she sees you as a threat to her life, she will not be compelled to allow you access to her own private, because you don't know if she's living with a man or if the man will allow you coming there because of your kids. If you want the custody of the kids, when the kids get to where you can file for their custody, you move ahead and go and file. But for now, provided she's not denied, because September is, we're just in October. September, which day?
19th.
That was the first time I took my son home to stay to home to spend time.
Was that the first time you were seeing him?
No, I didn't know for anything. It was his birthday. I came and I took him out to eat and
But
everything.
she did not drag that the child should not go.
I was going to pick him up 2 weeks after. I called, I gave her 2 weeks of phone notice I'm coming. She didn't pick my call throughout. I kept on calling her. She didn't pick my call throughout that period. It was on Sunday now. She's not calling. I said, that she had been busy.
It's not a matter of
Moji, I'm not
I
arguing
think we
with you.
had
I'm
chats.
talking.
Ma, please let him bring out his phone because he has been printing chats. It's not a matter of conversation. We had the chats.
A man
She
should talk.
talked about what she was
Come,
talking.
excuse me, even if you go, let me tell you another fact. If you go out of this marriage, if you move out of this marriage and you did not work on yourself, the way you act, the way you react, the way you talk as a man, it will still be difficult for a reasonable woman to live with. And everything must not work in your own way. There are some things you surrender for if you really want your marriage to work. There are some things you surrender, like your body is moving, your body language, no, no, no. You want to have everything must, no. Marriage is not that way. Good afternoon, your name and where you are calling from. Hello. One, if you want to have a structure, and she's not arguing the structure, don't delay us here. One, you just saw your child September, and the child went with you to your house before you return the child to her, right? And this one is still very little. If she's working according to you, she'll work. I cannot believe, I can't feel I would maybe excuse my staff, go with your child because your husband or your ex want to see the son, don't come to work and take your child there. It must be on a convenient ground for both of you. You work, she work, none of you is independent as far as I'm concerned. So when is it convenient for you? Is it once in a month? Is it twice in a month? Is it Saturday? Is it Sunday? When is it convenient? Because you are employee. When is it convenient for you for him to be having access to the kids?
Weekend.
Weekend?
Yes.
Is it every weekend?
Anytime he wants. I don't have issues with it. I don't have issues. You should just inform me, okay, I want to see Jaden this weekend.
Are you sure every weekend will be comfortable? Why not make it if it's twice in a month and you
Twice.
know that twice in a month, you maybe if you have an event or whatever, you know, okay, this twice in a month, this very faithful third Saturday or third Sunday. Is it Sunday or Saturday?
Twice in a month, Sunday, because I know he can easily bring him to church and I'll pick him Sunday.
What?
Saturday, because I don't have to sleep over on the Sunday. I have to drop in the same day because I'm going to work on Monday. Saturday they return it back on Sunday.
You pick on Saturday
They return it back
and
on
return
Sunday.
on Sunday.
Yes.
Okay, has it been up to date in the welfare, like the feeding and all that?
Yes, yes.
Your name and where you are calling from? Hello. Network is back. Moji,
Yes, ma'am.
let me ask you, do you still want this marriage?
I don't.
You don't.
I don't. I regretted I regretted marrying him.
You regretted
I
marrying.
regretted it. I don't.
I know what I'm asking. Mr. Adeyemi, right?
ADEBIYI.
Do you still want this marriage?
I wanted it. I wanted to make peace with my mother, make peace with my family. My pastor got divorced, but I still want the marriage. But my wife should leave her people after my marriage. That's my only problem. That's what I'm asking for. Let her mother start my marriage.
So my
Okay.
mother has never been
You know what I'm
your
talking about. You know. From the moment your mother came to ask me what I'm doing in my house. You know.
Hold
You
on.
know.
Let me tell you, Moji,
Yes.
hold on, okay? Uh, there are some issues. The reason why I ask, I'm upset with certain things, but I still believe both of you need to. No, let them wait. They should wait. I'm almost done with them. Um, don't be drastic in your decision, okay? Don't be drastic in your decision. You want to come into this affair. You have the errors that you need to be guided. This marriage is still very young. But both of you need to be guided. Okay? I see so many errors here that I don't want to go, I don't want to talk about it on air.
Okay.
When I see errors about it, I don't want to talk about it on air. We need to give a chance so that we can work on this marriage. You are both young, the marriage is young, and this period, what you are passing through is the same thing, is normal. It's normal in any marriage. It's expected of anybody married and staying from age 1 to 3 to 4 that there's not always issues like this. Then the person of was not that, but they need the person of the line. It's happened to so many people. And this period, if you cross this period of this crisis, that is when you be settling down gradual. Um, I'll take time to meet with you people and few of our legal counselors. Okay? Yeah. Kids are involved, and you can see that there are some mistakes she's making, and she don't know all those things are not supposed to happen in marriage. Some of us make same mistakes, and we just want to claim the right, thinking it's normal. The man complain too much, this, that, but it's not like that. If you leave this marriage, my dear sister, and you go into another one, you will still see, if you may still see either worse than what you are seeing here, it's not a prayer, or you see something close again. And there are some things you are seeing, and there are other things you see in that relationship or that marriage that this guy is not doing it. The person might be doing worse than what you have experienced. No matter the level of your anger, you don't hit your partner. That is domestic violence, and it might lead to unity. Talk more when she is pregnant. Then the involvement of her siblings. There are ways you don't cut somebody, don't siblings. This both siblings are siblings that both of you grew up with. And if the mother did not give birth to her, you will not see her to marry. If your parents did not give birth to you, you will not see, she can't see you to marry. You cannot say cut them off, but there is a way we advise people. There are some things, there are some domestic issues that she would not need to be relating to her family because they are blood related. If she said, if she speaks with her, there's no how her brother will not feel bad, her mother will not feel. If you even speak the same way your parents, and after your father said, did he point gun at you or whatever, don't say no because you were not there.
He was there. The funny thing is,
there.
he was there and he's still lying.
Show
you
If you want this marriage, listen to me, I'm talking to you as a man. If you still want this marriage, there are so many things, areas you need to work on yourself.
Agreed, man. Mama, let me say something. I never even told my dad. Her mom, let me even tell you how
Leave
my dad
her mom, leave her mom.
She went to my father's house to report me to my
Because
father.
he insulted my mom. He called my mom a witch. He insulted my mom. She called my mom. How dare you fuck him?
Don't
Who
tell
uses
lies.
that on an elder?
How will a man feel when a mother-in-law comes into your house and asks the man, she needs to know what he does?
My mother said she wants to know how he assists me.
She said, I need to know what you're doing in this
But
house.
do you know your mom is not supposed to go to that extent?
Yes, I
He's
know.
a grown-up person.
I know.
And let me tell you, the reason why I'm not blaming your mom much, you are not able, you are still a child in marriage. You don't know how to manage your home. The error is from you, not your mom. Because if you did not take it out, she will not come in to know what is going on in your home. Until you become matured in the marriage, that is when this will work out.
He was the one that called my parents when we have issues.
What is your problem, Mr. Man? You are still a baby. Why do you go to marry when you know you are this childish? You are too childish for behavior. Why can't you be matured first before you marry? You are even the one talking like more of her as a woman. Must you interrupt every time? You have temper, you are just boiling. And it's very dangerous for somebody to live with a temperamental person. You cannot work on yourself. Leave her mother alone. It's her mother. Leave her mother alone. If her mother come there 1,000,000 times, is the lady. If she comes here once in a year, she will be the one. and she will be the one that both of you need to work on yourself. You cannot stop mother-in-law to come, not to come to her to her daughter's house. Work. Why? And the only way you can curtail that and have peace in your home, my dear sister, is to avoid telling your mother what is going on in your home.
I wasn't doing that before God and man. He would be the one to call my parents. The only time when I called my parents was when he said, I will kill you. The first time I did, the second time was when I
Many people
called
say
them.
it. Many people, including my own husband. Anybody can threat, even you can threat. It's just a mere threat.
That's the
Okay?
threat. That's the
A
threat.
situation like that, both of you should sort it out first. Because if you call your mom, you call your dad, you call your sister, and he called his family member, definitely you people will have issues.
And when he held my neck, my child has looked for something to hit me before. I should have kept quiet and not told anybody.
You shouldn't have bet. You shouldn't have gone to that extent. Calm down.
The marriage cannot work. It will not work.
Calm down first. Okay? Calm down first. Sorry. Go and get our water. Stop crying. Calm down first. Calm down. And why are you living in your father's house? And even at that, I did not even hear much intrudes from where you guys are living. She's not complaining about where you guys are living. But your behavior, you don't know, you are not mature enough to keep it, to contain your marriage crisis, to manage your marriage crisis. Why are you calling the parents every little thing? You call the mother and call the father and call your father and everything.
Even call strangers, call Mrs. Adaga.
Ma, no funny thing.
And you even hold on. Do you know you called the priest?
I called the priest.
You said you called the priest.
I didn't call any.
Marriage counselor.
I didn't call any. Let me tell you. Yeah. I never even told my father she put her ex in my house. I never mentioned it to him one day. Because I didn't want my family to put my wife in a very bad light. I never called my brother one day to say this is what my wife did. The day it happened, my mother was around. I never take my family issues. I keep my family issues to myself. It was not when my mother went to my father's house to go and complain that this was happening and everything. My father summoned both of us to the house. When we got married, my father told us something. He said, see, this is the only family. If you're having issues, try and resolve the issues within yourself. Don't bring me.
Resolving issue within yourself is the best. If only one of you can give attention. Do you understand me? If only one of you can give attention or surrender. Don't feel anytime he's talking, you now look at, hey, because you're a lawyer, that's what. No, leave the lawyer aspect. Leave the. I'm not talking. Whenever she's talking, don't see her from the perspective of her discipline. See her like a normal woman you married and you want to talk to. Don't say because you're a lawyer, that's why you're talking to me like this. No, you actually know she's a lawyer before you went to marry her. And don't use your discipline to threaten. I will deal with you. I know what to do. Is it because I keep you quiet? No. Such statement is not good in marriage. It's not good at all. Please, because of the child, we'll give you people dates to meet both of you.
Okay.
Yeah. Moji, please, just calm down first. I've gone through so many. This argument is one of the things that just make me say it cannot work. I'm sorry I say it cannot work. It will work because it's very minor compared to cases we have handled in this place. It's just a mere misunderstanding. You don't understand, he don't understand, and both of you need to get some key points on how to manage your home. Because if you don't do that, these kids will suffer. Suffer in the sense that they need both of you. Everything is not about money. The upbringing of your kids is very, very important. It must not be money. Money is secondary. They need their hand. If you are too violent, once you have a child of 2-3 years, if you are becoming violent in the presence of the child, definitely that is what the child needs.
I'll admit that's something. When he asked me, he was taking me to school then, and then we had an argument. He just asked me to get out of his car when there was a time he had COVID. So I now took the children, that's the 14-year-old girl and Jane. I took them out of the house because he had COVID. I told him, We need to take these children out of the house. Me, I will be in the house to take care of you. So I took them to my parents' place. I came back home. I didn't want to come home that night because I left my parents' place around past 8. I got home by 11. She did not open the door for me because I did not come back with the children. I said, how do you feel comfortable exposing them to danger? He said, I should go back to where I'm staying. I slept in an hotel that night and I was almost, somebody tried to break into my room and I asked him one question. You are telling me you are sorry. If anything had happened to me this night, what would you say? Or that day you dropped me on the road, I entered one chance. If I
One thing
had
that
died,
me, I know he have temper. He's a hot tempered person. The way he talks, the way he behaves, and you need to work on you. Or if they don't work on you, if you act, if you take everything the way you see, the way you are acting, it will be difficult for both of you to live together.
Agreed. I know I have to work on my agreed. Mama, let me say something about the COVID issue. I have COVID.
Don't talk again because you have
okay,
other things,
okay,
you
no
have
problem.
other things to
No
attend
problem.
to.
Uh,
We need to give you guys a date
yes, no
to
problem.
meet both of you just for counseling. Do you
Okay.
understand me?
Okay.
And even at that, if you feel other areas, there are so many things. Just like I said, I've jot them down some steps that she's taking that is not really for married ladies or married women that she have to stop and everything. Then areas in which approach matters as
Okay.
well. You must not take everything with no, it must not happen, it must not happen there at the end of the house. Things don't work like that. You guys are not primitive. You are both educated and you must behave as a learned ones. You understand me? You must not resolve your issue in a violent way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now that I understand that both of you are always busy, you have time, you work and you have time only Saturday. I think which area Ikeja is closer to you guys than here, right?
Okay, that is closer.
Okay, then it will have to be one of the Fridays because I don't work that Saturdays. Yeah.
When on Friday? Is it this month or next month? Because my boss is going. My boss actually on the. I'm the one heading my team now. I don't know. I'll call the official to fix
Yeah.
a convenient time that I will come.
Come one of the
Fridays. Okay.
Friday, yeah. Because I will even be going on leave as well for next month.
Next month. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it maybe before next month.
Yeah. So that I have to have time for two of you. Okay? Moji,
yes, ma'am.
calm down, okay? It's one of those things in marriage. If one work, you just notice that if you cannot cope, can't cope here, man cannot cope, woman cannot cope. You keep going from one man to another, going from one woman to another. Whereas these are things that we need to sort out. So put that the resolution will be placed on counseling. Then that will be uh, choosing that last Friday of the month. Yes, give them time. They'll communicate time
Time. Okay.
to you guys. Okay. Sorry about that. Then you can say apologize.
I apologize for that. My pastor apologized for that. Okay, Moji, I am sorry.
I will
Sorry.
tell you
I am
how to
sorry.
apologize to a woman.
Yeah, Moji, I am sorry. See,
No be so,
okay.
Moji.
She's
And
been
why are you people
she's
calling Moji this? Moji are they in Nigeria? You guys don't have pets.
I had to call. Okay,
Eh?
baby, I'm sorry.
You will know that you've been calling her baby and now you are even Moji as if you gave birth to her.
I got married there. My wife never answered my name since I got married. Since I got father's name.
Then all those ones will be sorted out. Yeah, all those ones will be sorted out. It's not an issue that will be sorted out. Yeah. You know,
Okay.
you
I
have
know my wife.
international passport.
She has.
You know, international passport, you don't change. It's very difficult. You don't
I
change
know.
it. It's not easy to change like that.
I know.
Yeah, except other documents.
Documents.
Yeah, but all this will be sorted out. Okay.
I don't have any issue with my wife. If my wife, I want my marriage to work.
Don't call her Moji again.
I'll
I
call her
hear that
okay,
Moji for your mouth
baby.
again.
Baby,
No, you're talking.
I want my marriage to work.
Call me back.
Because
Call person by me.
there are children involved. I believe I never had used to have issues with my wife. When we were dating, we used to go to club. How many events we used to go to? From work, she comes and pick up from work, we go for shows and everything. All those marriages, things just happen. I felt so
don't worry.
I felt so bad when I escaped to my house because I started asking myself, does my wife love me? Honestly. That was the genesis of my issue with my wife.
That was
You
the
say what?
genesis.
Okay, no problem.
You know
Moji,
what?
No,
When you said
let's forget about. So, Moji, don't worry. Let's
Nah,
forget about. We're coming from counseling. We're coming from counseling.
truth is that
it's okay.
about 3 days before we got married, she said something. I promise. I swear on my mother's grave. That's why I regret.
God.
I said if I had seen,
No,
if somebody
Moji,
had told me this,
Moji, no problem.
but she
I
said,
accept all the blame.
I
Baby,
swear
I accept
on
all
my
the blame.
mother's
Okay.
grave,
That what?
deal with you when we get
What did you
married.
do? What did I say? What warranted me making some
He said that.
That
What
was
warranted me?
I
What?
swear on my mother's
That was
grave.
when you brought my
That
ex
was-
to my house.
When
That when
we
you brought your
married, I
ex-boyfriend.
said this was 3 days before we
no.
got married.
it's okay. That will be sorted out. Okay, and don't be what is it called?
Going back to the past.
Yeah, don't be going back to the past, because if you're having revision of what he said to you or what you said to me, none of you will have heart of forgiveness. And once you don't forgive and let go, things cannot work. Are you not the one that wrote that lovely messages to him?
So,
This is the kind of message that turns somebody on and you want to see the person immediately. There is love, there is understanding, but I believe devil just want to come in between this lovely one, which we will not permit. Okay? Sorry about that.
thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Sorry. We'll just make that we'll communicate time with you guys so that we'll have a meeting with you guys. Okay? But don't ever say anything. Whether you went to go, no, don't narrate anything to any family member that will not come and be. I hope you know that this is not an issue. It's just mediation. Let nobody. Why did he take you to Umara to go to court? There is no issue here. Do you understand me? So please try to also have a privacy in your marriage. It's very, very necessary. Very, very necessary. Very, very necessary. And it will build your mind to be more mature. See you guys then.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
All right, thank you, viewers. We're coming back live on the case of Chidi that brutalized his wife. This case we're treating the sister-in-law who the wife alleged that the man was having affair with is in the house. The mother of the girl is in the house. So please join us. We'll be back in a moment. Let me have a few minutes break. Thank you. Let the parties come here. Yes, please just let the parties come here. We'll be back.